I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success. Let's get down to business.
And indeed, we are all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship in business. We talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you could always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you will not want to miss. So let's jump right into it with our friend, our guru, our returning guest, the one, the only, Tom Miroballi. Tom, welcome back to Get Down to Business.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, the guru, I couldn't leave the guru out over here.
I'm still Tom, maintaining the title. Okay.
you are. It would take a lot to lose it. Tom, you're a guru because you are the expert in finding the right health insurance plans for our listeners. And every time I bring you on, I learn something new. And we were just talking off air, and there is a period of open enrollment right now. So that is keeping you busy and keeping the phones ringing. So tell us a little bit about some of the calls you've been receiving and how you are helping your customers find the best health insurance plans with the best pricing.
Well, with the, let's call it secondary open enrollment, I don't know if it's because of COVID or if it's because a lack of people are signing up for the Affordable Care Act, which, by the way, is no longer affordable, but we won't get into that. Yes, we will get into that because that's the basis. My plans that I offer do not have all of these mandates, such as the mandatory maternity coverage up until age 64, because when you turn 65, you no longer have to have some Obamacare or Affordable Care Act or anything like that. We all move into the Medicare maze, which is much cheaper than, obviously, the Affordable Care Act. But my programs, I have a lot of attention to my programs. And I just see that just for our audience here, our open enrollment that we're into now, let's call it open enrollment number 2, ends May 15th of 2021. So if you missed the first open enrollment and you need health insurance, if you have pre-existing conditions like insulin-dependent diabetes, hepatitis, COVID, whatever, then you will be accepted under the Affordable Care Act. But just to give you an example, I mean, if you're 50 years old and you have to go over to the Affordable Care Act, you're going to pay around $540 per month. Now, I'm using a 50-year-old non-smoking male here in the Chicago area. That's $540 in premium, plus the client has an $8,550 maximum out-of-pocket cost before the Affordable Care Act kicks in to pay at 100%. And my plans, I can give people, this 50-year-old man, a plan without the mandatory maternity and other mandates. If he has a $2,500 deductible, I can give him a 100% plan with a $2,500 deductible at $282 per month. If he has a $5,000 deductible, I could give it for $219 per month. So, without the mandatory maternity. What's a 50-year-old man going to do with maternity coverage? Really? I mean,
not too much at all. And so what I love, Tom, and the reason I call you the guru for all things health insurance is because you look at, ultimately, this is people's lives. This is people's welfare. And people want to take care of their families. They need to make sure they're the plan that they need. But the key word being that they need, which is really important. So you make sure you strip out the areas of coverage which they may not benefit from. And I know you make sure that they are on the most affordable plan for them. So tell us a little bit about some of the, as I would say, the hot plans, the plans that are getting a lot of attention right now from your customers throughout the Chicago area or throughout the state of Illinois.
Well, my plans, I end up doing the 100% programs with most clients. That's the hot button, because if they just walk away with a plan, 100% coverage after an exposure of $2,500 per person, they're happy, because just in the $2,500 deductible 100% coverage, compare that to the Affordable Care Act, and they're saving over $6,000 just in out-of-pocket costs, let alone the premium savings, because they're saving a lot of money off of that premium of $540 versus, say, $282. So that $300 savings is on top of the $6,000 savings. So to answer your question, the 100% after deductible is the most popular selling plan, because there's no co-insurance.
Mm-hmm. And Tom,
that's the bottom line.
Absolutely. Tom, you and I certainly are people first and foremost, and I know you love meeting with your customers. But one of the things, as I would say, the silver lining to COVID, and you and I were just talking about this off air, is the ability that you have to, your phone continues to ring and you continue to have these virtual or remote sessions with your customers to be able to have that consultation and help them find the plan that they need. So I want to take a step back and zoom out for our remaining minute or two on the air and talk a little bit about how COVID has been. I know your customers, like the rest of the country, there have been COVID cases, all sorts of things, health needs and all of that. But how has it been in terms of your relationships with your customers?
Well, they can either come to my office and mask up, because I've got my mask on, and we can sit here 6 feet apart. I have husbands and wives. I have people of all ages. They can come to my office in Lisle, 4745 Main Street, Suite 209. But a lot of people want to come to the office because they want to meet me. I can do things electronically over the telephone with either company that I work with. I have 3 or 4 short-term major medical companies I work with. My big one is Golden Rule, which is a United Healthcare company. The next one is Pivot Health. And Aetna has a program. But most people want to go with the Golden Rule, and then they go to Pivot Health to be in compliance with Pritzker's ruling on everything about the short-term plan. But I have no problem. I went to a client who is up there in age last week out in Aurora, and went to their home, masked up, and it was fine. We don't have a problem.
You're in a relationship business, and there's nobody that does it better than you. Again, I'm chatting with Tom Miroballi, health insurance expert and independent, which means that you are looking, as you just said a moment ago, for the best option, for the best plan for your customers, regardless of age, regardless of health situation. You will find them a plan, and you will find it at the best possible price. So, Tom, we are now. We're just saying getting deeper into 2021, and you are in that period of that, as you said, secondary open enrollment. So when does that period end, and how can people get a hold of you if they want to have a consultation in person, via phone, or, of course, I know you respond to your emails too?
Yes. Well, I'm available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. No, I'm not going to call you back at 3 a.m. Just leave a message, and I will get back to you the following day. But the open enrollment, the secondary open enrollment, stops May 15th, and I am a certified agent through the Affordable Care Act through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. So I'm certified. If you need the Affordable Care Act plans, you have to do it through a certified agent, and I am a certified agent, so I can do both plans. But and you can call me at 630-863-3477. Again, that's 630-863-3477.
Fantastic. Tom Miroballi, I appreciate your expertise. I know folks can also visit your website at healthplanchicago.com .com, and you return your calls. I know it might not be at 3 o'clock in the morning, but there's nobody that does it better than you, and that's why we call you the health insurance guru. I encourage all of our listeners, get a hold of you, Tom Miroballi. Just look online, and that independent resource, independent expertise, and all-around good guy will be in touch. Tom, thanks for joining us on the air.
I appreciate it. You have yourself a wonderful day.
Absolutely. You as well. Thank you so much. You are listening to the show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. You're listening to Get Down to Business. We are going to squeeze in a very quick break here. I encourage you to get on my website, shalomklein.com. That's where you can download podcasts from the past 7+ years of shows. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, where I'm posting all sorts of information about business, jobs, entrepreneurship. I'll be joined by Tim Fitzpatrick after this very quick break here in Get Down to Business. Chicago, don't touch that dial. We will be right back.